Welcome to Farming TV. Today we're doing an incredible interview with Taser. Yay! Alright. So, I've got a few questions for you. So we're going to start with the Caribbean, and then we're going to move on to obviously your bot, right?
Right.
So, first of all, how do you think the war went for you? Obviously you won by proxy.
I mean, yeah. As much as there were, ups and downs of the war, I think I came out at a slightly favorable conclusion. It wasn't the solution I, imagined. I was a little bit greedy, expecting it to come out a bit better, but it is what it is. I guess I can live with it.
If I remember correctly, you lost Overlord. It's on the back of this. Apparently, it's now Flame Knight, and that's barely visible.
Yeah.
And I thought you gained another province. You gained the Unti one, right? Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Down there.
Is that a
Yeah.
favorable trade for you or not?
I guess it's favorable for like me personally, because Overlord was just level 3, and the thing that I gained is level 7. So, I mean, I went positive on land, but like the amount of money and people and just all the resources I had to sacrifice for that, I don't know. Is it really positive? Like, I haven't really finished the evaluation because, after all, it's been a long war. A lot has changed, and just the whole scape is just hard to pick up.
You did lose Hispaniola as an empire. That's now Norwegian. You did gain. I'm pretty sure you are the biggest winner, right? You got the ex-British colony as well. Also, I have a cold, so you're gonna have to ignore my voice. I will struggle. So you got
Don't worry.
Puerto Rico and British Aruba, and I think that's it from the entire war. And that was what 6 months for like a little sliver.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's really why I'm unsatisfied. Like, we invested 6 months into this, and we come out with this.
I mean, didn't Nico come out with a complete loss? Jeff died. Diablo lost his area too.
Well,
I wouldn't call it a very favorable outcome. So,
yeah.
based on the pretext of how unfavorable this has been, is there a decent chance that you might explore colonization in Australia? Let's put it that way.
When it comes to that, I guess there are possible thoughts in that direction. However, I would say that it requires a couple conditions, which I'm not going to name for obvious reasons. Um, well,
I'm gonna
let's just
just
say
cut you straight. Is Steel Division on that list of conditions? I'm pretty sure everyone would know that by now.
I mean, when it comes to the Steel Division, I guess it's safe to say that we just don't want it to be present in the first place. Like, we want to avoid it as much as possible because that much is obvious. Um,
But how would you avoid it if you were to go after, say, capitals?
well, so the thing about military strategy is, like, I wouldn't like to reveal too much of my hand, but the obvious thing that anybody can figure out probably is that now that the moving system actually works, it's better to also, aside from the attacking divisions, have to have a couple small ones just for stalling. You just hit a guy and he's stuck for quite a while. At least for
Hmm.
those 12 plus, yeah, 12 hours to get someone stuck for the cheap price of one dude, at least.
I mean, they could get unstuck with artillery, couldn't they?
I mean, well, even if he does strike it with artillery, the thing is that the attack is already started. The division is already in combat, so
Ah, I might have
you
to
can't
fix that then.
unstuck it.
I might have to fix that then. I do appreciate that though, because that's technically a bug report. It's quite funny, actually. On the middle of Farming TV. No wonder you've been elected as a tester, actually.
Yeah, but like,
Fucking Christ.
yeah, but like, to put it bluntly, we really just need someone to be the bait. Really. That's the whole strat. Like, how are we supposed to face Steel? Everybody knows that I'm out of people because I'm going to mansions. Maybe Nico could muster something up, but that's debatable.
Diablo is useless.
And
Jeff is useless.
bluntly speaking, yes.
There you go.
But
Yeah.
I'd say useless is good enough at the moment. At least we're not doing worse.
Mm.
Like
So
it's better to have a useless person than a nuisance, you know. So
you said that you're thinking about colonization of Australia. We both know exactly what I'm saying with colonization. Does that mean you're doing what the Taiwanians have posted months ago, which was what was it called, wargaming? You know, actually starting to practice, run simulations among yourselves, or has that not been done yet?
I haven't really had time to, finish the preparations of the system because I guess my initial plan was to lay it out in a bit more depth, you know. As far as I know, the
Mm.
Taiwanian wargaming system had only, I think, divisions in mind, and
Yeah, it did.
I wanted to have such things as bullets, populations, artillery, and just all sorts of nuance
Oh,
that have been introduced throughout the war, because we have seen war evolve throughout the Caribbean Solari War.
I mean, I call it the Caribbean diplomatic crisis because I called it that, 8 months before the war concluded.
I mean,
So,
yeah, I guess with you, arguably the names do stick. Am I right with the whole Gladwell thing also?
uh, hey, his name was never Caldwell, it was always Cladwell. Effectively, it was because, I got it retconned within like a week at most, you
Wasn't
know?
even a week though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he has been Cladwell longer than he's been Caldwell. If you're wondering what we're referencing his main character from the storyteller system, which, depending on when you're watching this, might be a premium feature. So you should give me your credit card details. So he has spent the majority of his existence, right? He has been always Cladwell, not Caldwell. So you could make the argument that he is Gladwell, no?
I mean, to some extent, well, within the storyteller, you have retconned him, but when you actually look at my stats, I think I'm retconning him back all the time. Like, whenever my nation has changed, I have changed it back to Caldwell.
Yeah, but that goes against objective truth, so it'll just immediately throw it out. Unless I start trying to retcon it, but then it will start to throw me out because as it's been getting more and more used, obviously the system's got more reluctant to take what I say as perfect gospel. Because it's like, well, I've seen these situations over here, which means what you're saying can't make sense, and I have to go in and manually start editing its own records, which I am not gonna do for Gladwell. I'm gonna keep it real. He is not getting fixed.
I'm not even
He has like
expecting you to.
1,000 records.
I'm not expecting
So
you
many
to. I'm
records.
just using it to poke fun at you because that's the one right I have.
Nah, you don't have it right. To be fair, the storyteller was very fair to you. You did get Sophia Fabius, and there is a lovely little quote that I'm going to actually do the funny point thing that someone in editing can put the screenshot of what you said about, me, where you said that if they were like her but looked like me, you would be down bad. And you're not ashamed of it.
I mean, me being down bad is not even conditional. Let's be real.
Oh god.
What that one quote is just one example. I'm a versatile guy, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just I remembered that if I say I have a penis, it still doesn't turn you off.
I mean, that quote was only about the physique of your avatar, not about anything pertaining to the real life you. So that's my
I am
stance
so
on it.
up. I'm so up. I'm safe. Well, you said statement. Oh, fuck. Oh, well then. And now I'm going to talk about Rummy. You are one of the few developers who has not applied for expanded access yet. The system's been out for about weeks now, and we've seen even like bots that are in development, like Diablo's bot that keeps putting God. He keeps putting stupid reactions on every single post in there, and I want to strangle him because if I open up there to see if it's working, he's just put a bunch of white text. Whatever. Either way, so you're the only guy who hasn't applied. Even Unti applied and Unti got accepted. Do you think that Rowan might fall behind if you don't apply?
Honestly, when it comes to the application for expanded access, I just haven't bothered with it because when it comes to the features that it does give to me, I would have to, make use of the features that I'm given. Like, why get a tool that I'm not going to use for a while?
Hmm. Makes
I
sense,
don't really
because we would
have.
ask you a reason why you want it.
I guess I'm going to apply for it when I'm going to need it. I'm just going to say that much.
Will so I hear a few people they've been talking about websites for bots for third-party apps. Is Rummy gonna be the bot that does that, or is it gonna be Unti?
Well, depends on whether I find the time or, I guess the reason to turn Rummy into a website because Rummy has
Ads.
always been just a bot for, aiding mid game, They
Mm-hmm.
have all the economical information and some useful features about military and what's really the purpose of Rummy is that whenever you don't know something about farminess, you need to look it up. Like Rummy is just that little handbook that you refer to.
Mm.
Just I don't know something. Let me cram it into the bot so that it spits out the numbers that I want. It's just an
So would you make
efficient
like a wiki then?
calculator. Somewhat of a
You
wiki,
know, like
somewhat of a
explaining
calculator.
past. You know, you could explain past actions and stuff like that with Rummy, or is that on the table?
Well, when it comes to the things that are on the table, I actually do have a to-do list command that you can view, which I haven't mentioned because if I would have mentioned it earlier, I probably would have been bullied into making more features, which I don't really have time for at the
Mm.
time. So, yeah, that's about it. When it comes to where Rummy is heading right now, I guess it's still up in the air. I just have to think of something to do with it. With the current version of Rummy, I'm just kind of satisfied, I guess, within my limits. Yeah, that's it.
Other applications. Well, actually, no other applications done it yet. But it has been a part of international law for about 9 months now that allows third-party applications to provide contracts to people that use them that are legally enforced by the court. Terms of service, basically, that would outline like fines or punishments for violating said terms. We've yet to see a bot actually use that. Would Ryan be the first bot to use it, or would it just continue to be with no terms, do what you want?
When it comes to terms and conditions, I guess Rummy isn't a platform in the first place. To put it frankly, I don't know how you can be racist with a calculator. So I guess since I'm or like you were talking about terms of service, maybe I misunderstood something about your question.
No, so international law, you know, like the Court of Wonkus, we have a subsection for apps. Applications can post a contract, refer to the contract, and then have someone sign it by clicking a button, and that's considered a valid signatory to that contract. So
Oh,
that's been a part of international law that you can apply a in-game like roleplay set of instructions, not saying like
all right.
you will not
I've
make a
heard
car
of that.
bomb. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you could make it so it says you will not use Rummy's Battle Simulator to simulate conflicts against the Caribbean. And if they do, you'd be entitled to X compensation. And then you can have them agree to those terms to use your bot. We still yet to
Or
have a bot actually use it, and it's been there for nearly a year.
I mean, me as a player and me as a developer are just two different things. If somebody does use my tools against me, that just means they have the same tools available as I do, and I'm probably the one who can use them better. So I guess if they do outplay me in my own game, like, oh, good job. What can I say?
So that's entirely different than Unti. Unti blocked Solaris services during wars several times in the past, which I think
Because he's a
resulted in
loser.
Rummy's creation, no? He's a loser.
I mean, yeah, I guess Rummy was kind of created, not just for that reason. I guess it was kind of independent. It was born from, well back in the day, when it was just me and Deku in the oven. We were just trying to do the min max, the optimal, like, trying to find the processor that made the most money, because back then the economy was a bit simpler. Like, just pick
Hmm.
the best resource, you get money, that's all. And from that one script that I wrote in Python, I decided to turn it into a bot, and I guess that's where Rummy came from. It's, as I said, it's a calculator. That's what it was, and whatever I
Mm.
do with it is just something that I do with it on a whim, I guess.
Yeah. Do you use AI like Unti to code? Like his bot is mostly coded with ChatGPT.
Oh, hell no! I don't even use ChatGPT for homework because, like, let's be real. The time I would spend thinking of a prompt so that it spits out the code I want is time better spent
Yeah.
coding the damn thing myself. Like, I'm saving time by doing it myself instead of thinking up prompts. Really.
From my understanding as well with ChatGPT, the code it makes is always suboptimal at best, and that's putting it nicely. So
Yeah. As a real
there's a new
programmer
one.
like Auntie, I'd rather refer to
Mhm.
sources like Stack Overflow, or places
Yeah.
where people post actual code.
Yeah, I have issues. Slam it into Google, yeah. The classic. There's been a classic for like 20 years, it feels like.
Yeah. And when it
But,
comes to Discord
so
specifically,
no
I
AI.
just binge the docs all the time.
No AI then, basically.
No AI, no reason to.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta ask now, because you called Unti a loser, what do you think of Unti Forgans?
I mean, as a player, he's just scum. I don't know what better word I could find for him, because, like, he's just that rat in the sewer always with whatever he does. He's there in the chat. He trolls, so, like, diplomacy with him is kind of impossible. And as a person, I don't really think I see I don't think he shows his, like, actual persona that much. I think whatever he's got going on is just still that mask of trolling, and I don't know if there really is something that you could call a real him. So I don't know how much I can judge him as a person.